Hello everybody, welcome back to Hard Enduro Media. Can I just firstly say a Happy New Year to everybody, and I hope you had a great Christmas. For me, it's been a little bit of a quiet time, just relaxing and taking a little bit of time out, preparing for what's coming up in the new year. But can I just firstly reflect on 2019? What an exceptional year it was for me working here at Eurotek Ktm, with visits to Lagares, Erzberg, Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey, the list goes on. Finally finishing with a trip to Off-Road Orange in Spain, where I've been working on a promotional video for their website and Facebook page. But we're now back in the workshop. I'm just working on this 2020 KTM. This is a boss's bike, and it's just having a bit of a general preventative maintenance service after it was last used in Turkey at Sea to Sky. So I've just been changing the coolant and doing the fluids and things. But in the last Winter Workshop videos, in Winter Workshop 1, we looked at the Lucioli tube, how to take it out and put it back in. And in Winter Workshop 2, we looked at the K-Tech suspension setup there. If you've not seen the earlier Winter Workshop videos, go onto desktop on Hard Enduro Media Facebook page, and you can access the video library and scroll through, and there's hundreds of videos there about all sorts of things from some of the events and work we've been doing here in the workshop as well. But today we're going to talk about the Acerbis L.E.D Headlight. This is the 2017 to 2019 Acerbis L.E.D Headlight. It retails at around £100, or between £90 and £100 here in the UK. Quite a chunky bit of kit. It weighs around a kilo. And like I say, it's main beam only, so it comes with just two wires out the back, positive and negative. Now I've had to graft my own plug on there so I can put that straight onto the wiring loom on the bike. So the headlight switch just literally becomes an on-off switch on the handlebars. Now over the last week I've tried it on roads, I've tried it on a small practice track which I use. I've also tried it in some woodland going as well, some extreme going. Now I've got mixed feelings about the headlight. In some situations it was really good, and in other situations it wasn't so good. Firstly, on the road, it's not road legal, so I wouldn't recommend using this on the road. It's got no high and low beam facility. It's a main beam only. It was quite bright, particularly if you are following vehicles behind a vehicle and that light shining into somebody's rear view mirror. Very dazzling, very distracting for the driver. And also, if vehicles are coming towards you, again, it's very bright, and you need some sort of facility where you can knock the light off and still be illuminated. So I wouldn't recommend using this on the road, to be fair, unless you've got another light on your bike or another light on your helmet, which is not as bright as this, so you can switch this off till the vehicles have passed or persons have passed. But going on to off-road use, a lot better. Now the first off-road situation where I tried it out was Mini Ravines in Helmsley. Now quite good, but it does have its drawbacks, and because it's not a spotlight as such, there are a lot of shadows, and when you are riding in sort of deep, dense sort of grass, the depressions in the ground aren't visible at times, so you've got to be sort of treading carefully, quite treacherous sort of situations. But when you get onto the like single track trails, things are a lot better. It picks the tracks out quite well, obviously the trees and all. Now midweek I took it down to my practice track where I've got a field and a few hill climbs and some bushes to ride through. Now to be fair, the GoPro footage doesn't do it justice on all the situations that I've tested it in. And as you can see, the light emits good coverage on some of the hill climbs that I was going up, and also through the bushes as well. On the field, like I say, the GoPro footage isn't the best, but it throws out a light enough to see about 30 meters. But you've still got to be careful riding through grass and things, because you cannot pick out those depressions. Now I suppose the big question is it worth having? Well, if you look at what's available for KTMs from an LED headlight point of view on the market, if you trawl eBay or it's a general search on Google, you will find there are quite a lot of options. If you're wanting something with a high and low beam, then you've got to be prepared to pay £250 upwards, without doubt. The standard KTM LED, the factory part LED, is again around sort of £200, where this retails just under £100. For me, it's worth having all day long. If I was going to do a night event, this is what I would use. I would also back it up with some helmet lights as well to give those that close-up spot light that you need when you're moving your head about. But this gives a good overall spread of light up to about 30 meters. But the best place where it performed well was in those closed woodland areas where it's getting reflection off the trees, and also on the hill climbs as well. That's where I felt it performed really well. Worth the money, I think, compared to what else is on the market, and it is a well put together piece of kit, definitely. Really good for those off-road nighttime excursions, should be going on them. Now moving on, a couple of months ago I was in Portugal for the Madron X-Tron event, and since that time people have been asking me what navigation system I was using out there, and they saw something on my bike. They weren't quite sure what it was, but I thought I'd bring it in today and just go through what it is. Basically, this is an iPhone. We've all got an iPhone. Why not use your iPhone for navigation, or an old iPhone that you might have? And this is a spare iPhone that I've got. It's an iPhone 6s Plus, and it's in a waterproof plastic case. Now this case is made by a company called Ultimateaddons. I bought this 2 years ago when I was doing some navigation work in my previous job, and it's been really good. There are several cases available for all sorts of different types of phone. All you've got to do is look on the Ultimateaddons website or their eBay shop, and you can find the case what will suit your phone. It fastens onto the bike with a ball type system with this fixing here, which clips off. Now there are other options available to fasten it onto a motorcycle, but this I found was the easiest. It bolted straight to the handlebar, so it was in the position that I wanted it pretty easily, and the USB cable just plugged in. Now the app that I'm using on the phone is called Guru Maps. Now there's two versions of it. There's Guru Maps and there is Guru Maps Pro. Now this is the Pro version that I've got on here. Now Guru Maps on its own I believe is free. The Pro version, at the time I purchased it, was something like £3.99. To buy the Pro version now is around £48. You can download maps for anywhere in the world. It's a really good bit of kit. You can also record routes on it, and as you can see here, I've recorded a route from a trip that I did in the Pyrenees through Andorra whilst doing some road riding, and I've also got routes what I've recorded from the Madron X-Tron event as well. The good thing about this, the files are GPX files, so if you want to transfer files from people, or if you get files emailed to you, GPX files emailed to you, you can download them straight into the app. It's quite easy. You can airdrop them from phone to phone, from iPhone to iPhone as well. Once you've got the app and you want to get information for somewhere that you're going to be visiting, a particular area or country, all you do is hover over the area till you see the squares and just tap on the screen, and it will download all the information straight away. You've then got instant mapping. It's not satellite view, it's basic street mapping, but it will give you also places of interest like restaurants, petrol stations, ATMs, all that sort of thing should you need it. It'll also give you your speed and altitude if you are using it for navigation in your car as well. But the best thing about this is it can be used offline. So if you're using it for navigation or you're using it for following a route, let's say you're on a GPS rally and you are following the line, you can use this without having to burn any of your mobile data. So that's Guru Maps. If you're thinking of using your phone for navigation on your bike, get the free app first, test it, see what you think. And if you find that you need the upgraded app, it's well worth having. It's still a fraction of the cost of buying something like a Garmin Montana and everything else what goes with it. I do have the option of an E-Trex, should I need it, for more extreme situations where there's a likelihood that something like this might get damaged when you want something a little bit smaller. But if you're just doing green laning, general sort of off-road riding, nothing too serious where there's going to be a risk of damage, I would say this is a good option. That's it for me from this winter workshop. The next event is going to be Tong next week, and we've got the Eddy's X-Treme Round One, Taddy Blazuziak, Paul Tarres, Johnny Walker, a whole host of riders that are going to be there. It's going to be a really good weekend. But for me at the moment, the next winter workshop will be probably in February. We're going to be looking at fitting the coolant expansion tank reservoir on the KTM, the two-stroke, and checking out some of the LEAT kit we've got in the Eurotek shop at the moment, which Johnny Walker is wearing as well. So stay tuned. Hard Enduro Media at Eurotek KTM. See you soon.